Hello guys, my name is Balkrishna Srivastav and welcome to Code with BK. So in this video we write a C++ program to validate a date given month, DD and y. So before we begin, it is a request to please subscribe to my channel, because out of 100 viewers only 3 4 5 are subscribed. More than 95% of my audience is not subscribed and a subscription is very important. So please do subscribe to my channel. So let's begin. So we have to verify if the given date with given month day dd and year y is valid or not. The valid year range for us is 1900 to 9999, and the range for years is usually provided in the question, so you have to take note of it. And we have between month between 1 to 12. Okay, so month is one index for us, that is 1 is January, 2 is Feb, and so on. It can be 0 index as well, that is 0 between 0 to 11, and 0 is Jan, 1 is Feb, and so on. Okay, so you have to take note how the question is asking you to verify the date. Okay, so example, we have 10 dd10 year 2020, so this is 10th October 2020, output yes. Okay, valid date. The second one is 2 dd 29, so 29th Feb 2020 is valid because 2020 is a leap year. Okay, third is month 4 is April, date is 31st April is invalid in both leap year and non-leap years. Okay, so output is no. All right, so let me write a function bool is valid date. Okay, it takes int int dd int y. Okay, takes month, date, and year. All right, so how do you code this? You basically eliminate out all the possible invalid cases. Okay, invalid cases possible for your year, invalid cases possible for your month, and invalid cases possible for your day. Okay, if the code finds any of these invalid cases, I return false. Okay, so the first is validate the year. Okay, so if the year is given to us as between 1900 to 9999. Okay, so if y is less than 1900 or y is greater than 9999. Okay, so if it is behind this range, this value, or if it is after this value, then I return false, that this is not a valid date. Okay, so I have validated my year. The next is validating the month. Okay, so month values has to be between 1 to 12. Okay, so if my is less than 1 or is greater than 12, okay, I return false. Okay, then validate the day. Okay, so the day value dd has to be between 1 and the maximum number of days in that month for that year. Okay, both inclusive. Okay, so we will need some way to find a number of days for this given month in this given year. So I'm going to write a helper method int get num days in month, takes a month and the year in which you want to find the number of days for this month. Okay, so we have 31 days for Jan, 28 days for Feb, 29 in case of leap year, 31 days for March, 30 days for April, 30 days for June, July, August, and so on. So I am going to take an array, okay, where my index 0 is redundant because I am not considered with month 0. I need to consider month 1 to 12. For index 1, I get the number of days for month 1, which is 31. For index 2, I get number of days in month 2, which is 28 for now. Okay, for month 3, I set the number of days in index 3 as 31, month 4 for April, month 5 for May, June, July, August, September, October, November, and December. Okay, so index I in this array will be the number of days in the month number I. Okay, between 1 to 12. Okay, and we have already validated here that is between 1 to 12. So by the time I'm here to check for the number of days, I know will be between 1 to 12. Okay, now this is the only point of consideration here. Number of days in Feb can change to 29 if this year is a leap year. Okay, so if is leap year y, I increment the number of days in the second month at index 2 by 1, and then I finally return the number of days in this index for the corresponding month number m. Okay, I will have to write this function to check if this year is a leap year or not. So I write another helper function bool is leap year into y. Okay, so this is a very standard code. I've already posted a video explaining in detail how to check if a year is a leap year or not. The link for that video you can find in the description of this video. Okay, so the standard check is if this year is divisible by 400, okay, completely divisible by 400, we return true. Else if this year is not divisible by 400 but divisible by 100, we do not consider it as leap years, okay. And this includes the cases 1700, year 1700, 1800, 1900, 2100, 2200, 2300, and so on, okay. Right, every 100, 200, 300 year in a gap of 400 years is not considered leap year, okay. The finals else if is the standard check we know. If year is divisible by 4, we consider it a leap year. Return, okay. Finally, we return false, okay, for all the other cases. All right. So my get num days in month is using this helper method, which is here, okay, and it is incrementing number of days of Feb by 1, okay. If this year is a leap year, okay. The number of days for all the other months from 1 to 12 remain the same except 2, okay, which we are fixing here. Index 0 is returned, okay. So I get int num days as get num days in month. So I call this method and I pass the and values, okay. dd will be have to be between 1 and the number of days in month. So if dd is less than 1 or dd is greater than num days, I return false, okay. dd is out of range, okay. So if none of these if conditions is true, it means my year was in the valid range, my month was in the valid range, my date dd is in the valid range, so I return true that this is a valid date, okay, for given mdd vibe, okay. So let me take some dates. Now for that I will write a struct date, okay, just to make things easier for me. Int int dd int y, okay. And I will also take an operator, overload the left shift operator, so that I am able to print this date with cout. So I'm going to say friend o stream, okay, ampersand operator left shift, I'll pass o stream ampersand lhs and struct date rhs ampersand rhs, okay. Let me just write the code for this. All right, so basically I'm trying to print this into mmdd by format as say 1st Jan as 0101 with the year, say 30th Feb as 30th March as 0330 and the year, okay. All right, let me take a few dates in the main. All right, so these are the dates, okay, and not all of them are valid, okay. You can see I have a minus for a day number here. All right, so I am going to iterate through all these dates and check if they are valid or not. If they are valid, we are going to print, okay. So I can say in num dates is size of this array, okay, and size of date capital D, okay, for int I equal to 0 I less than num dates I plus plus, okay. Cout is we print this dates of I, so I say dates of I, okay, a valid date, okay. And I call the ternary operator, use the ternary operator to call the function is valid date. This method is valid date, okay, it's valid date. It takes mmddy, right, okay. So for the dates of I, dot dates of I dot dd or dot y, okay. Question mark yes colon. All right, let me compile and check. Oh, I guess I forgot type def here, okay, type def, okay. Right, now the struct date will be can be used as date, okay. I should not get errors now, okay. So running this I get all the valid dates. So 2/10/2020 is 10th Feb, right? Yes. 30th Feb, no. 29th Feb for 2020, yes. 50th Feb, obviously, no. 10th Jan, yes. 31st Jan, yes. 31st April, no. 31st May, yes. -2, no. 31st June, no. 30th June, yes. 30th November, yes. 12th November, yes. 12th uh, March, yes. 31st December, yes. 32nd December. Okay, we can take a couple of more dates with invalid month. Okay, we can say we can have here say month number 14, say date is 4. Okay, we do not have one number 14. Okay, this is going to be invalid. Okay, all right. So this was your program to check if a date with given DDMMYY is valid or not. Okay. So if there is any doubts, if there is a part you don't understand, please let me know in the comments. I always try to answer all your comments. And you can always let me know in the comments if there is a question you want to solve or if there's a concept you want to discuss. So please share your thoughts about this video in the comments. Please like this video, subscribe to my channel, and thank you for watching.